this area. Did you have your hand up before?
Yes. I just have a question. I know someone up there knows what the taxation base, or the amount of money of taxes come into the city for real estate. Somebody surely knows that, correct?
Could you repeat the amount of money that comes into the city?
Okay, the taxation for our homes, like my house, our house, it's well over 5,000 a year. There's 12 houses on our block. How many blocks do we have in the city? That's $120,000 a block in just taxation. Okay, so if we have that, what is the taxation amount brought into the city?
I actually think that, I heard this, and I think it's somewhere around 26% of the budget is property tax. Do you know? I think it's somewhere around there. But I know that as far as the property, the taxation on property, it's like 37 point something cents per $100 worth of evaluation. So, and
Well,
Yeah, the city gets very little of that.
If we know what that amount is, and the fact that they take the south side of town, the north side of town, which their property values are here a lot lower than over on the south side of town. But is this not a city? Or is it like you're saying, a single district's what it needs to be, so that this money over here can be funneled back? Does the city not realize that if they would do that, they could raise the property values over here by putting in businesses, helping people start businesses, and raise those tax values over here, so those people would be paying more? Does the city not see that? And then we go back to the entity that the city has, the water and the sanitation in the city. We realize that's a different entity, but that's a moneymaker.
well, what you're talking about is even though those property values on the north side might be different than what they are on the south side, all those properties are proportionate to the value of the property.
We
So
understand that.
you don't get a cut because you live on the north side other than just the valuation of the property.
Exactly, but can't the city realize what the new council does, because we know what's going on now. I know exactly what's going on. But do they not realize that they would take some of this money, instead of spending on making sure the streets on the south side of town are perfect, so the Lincolns and the BMWs don't get damaged? And not putting that money over here where people would want to go over there, like some of you said, to go there and invest in that, do they not have an inkling in their mind to move that?
They don't care.
They don't care.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're not-
But
they're
what
not-
you're talking about is exactly what I want to do, is exactly what I want to do.
Well,
because
that's
they-
what
they
he-
focus
That's why they
so
want
much on
single-member
downtown.
districts.
That's-
And
Yeah,
I'll-
the single member district would help that, but they focus so much on their part of town
Exactly.
that they've left out the rest of the town. And what you're talking about is exactly how I look at it and how I want to do it, is I want to work on getting these neighborhoods built up so that we can elevate the whole city.
They're still kind of on the trickle down economics way of thinking. Yeah, well, that's kind of what it seems like to me is they you say it should be obvious, and it should be. It should be something that's obvious. If one part of your house is dilapidated, of course you're not, even if the rest of the house is beautiful, part of your house is still ugly, and you don't want somebody to show up. And I'm not saying that part of our city's ugly, but I'm making the point. And that's why we're trying to get new representation, because we want people that do realize that as a whole, if part of your city is not being taken care of, then none of your city is.
Well, I wanted to say something else on the bonds that were passed for the infrastructure bonds. Part of that was road and street and everything else. There were 11 projects in other parts of the city on streets that actually were addressed. There was only one street in that bond that was addressed, and that was Richmond. On the north side, there was only one street that was addressed. So it doesn't make any difference, even if you're talking about taxes or you're talking about bonds or anything like that. There's still a breakdown in the place that they allocate those funds.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to throw this in here really quickly. 3 years ago, I became a first-time home owner because I found a really small house, like 800-something square feet. It was not a big house. And I was really excited because I was tired of paying rent. I was cheaper than renting. I'm really excited. And for the first year, it was great. It was a lot cheaper than renting, and I actually had a house. And then a year and a half goes by, and I get a letter in the mail. It's like, hey, your property value went up. And then I'm like, oh, good, like this is a great thing. And my insurance comes out with every payment I make. I don't cut a check at the end of the year. And then my payment goes up $100-something, which for me, being younger and a first-time homeowner, was kind of devastating because that much of a difference. I had barely been in this tiny house for that much of a time, and so suddenly the property value goes up. Here's $100 extra on your house payment to cover your insurance at the end of the year.
See, the
Well,
city, the city
and no
and county
good
seems
deed
to be
goes
blowing a
on.
lot of money on a ballpark, new
Yeah.
courthouse, new sheriff's office. We gotta subsidize that hotel if no one stays in it. I think that they're gonna have to play this property tax game. I mean, what would you do to stop that?
I personally think that's what's going on now, even though they're saying that's not where the increases are going to be. I think it's just going to be a lot of random, hey, your property value went up, but I don't think it's going to be with a specific reason as to why your property value went up.
I agree, but I mean, what would you do to stop it?
Well, I mean, for one, calling it out and assessing that, are we taking advantage of people anonymously by just saying we're raising your property value? I mean, you have to assess that. Are we being fair to people, especially first-time homeowners that bought an 800-square-foot house and going, what's going to happen to that person? I mean, until people or a council started acknowledging that that could be happening, you're not really going to see much change. I mean,
How about not spending so much damn money recklessly?
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
like he
Yeah,
said,
exactly.
like
They've been
you said,
doing that for years. What they do is, they'll come out on TV, I'm running for office, so this year, by God, we're not raising no taxes. But what they'll do is they'll come behind you and raise your property value, which, what did they do? Effective tax increase. They raised your taxes. We've seen it for years, over and over again. It's just, it's kind of like, I'm not a woman, but I've been in the delivery room. Why would you go again? Why do you fall for it again? I don't know. All right? We fall for that same lie every so many years again. And we know it's going to hurt, you know, but we do every time. So y'all think about that. With, you know, there's no easy road in life. Life's filled with hard work. And if you do good and you work hard, you might make something of it.
Another vivid metaphor.